Hello, hello. It is hitting 91 degrees today in California in March. So it is a very warm day. If you hear my fan in the background, I'm sorry. Hopefully my voice should be clear enough. But here we're going to move forward with the Nomad Cosmetics. I'm going to try my best. Is it the Sweet de Provence? I have no idea. But I guess the inspiration for this was the lavender fields in Provence, France. This one also is special because I remember seeing this and I watched reviews and I was like, I love the color story. This is way too light for my skin tone. It would be a waste to try and purchase this. So I didn't, and it left Nomad Cosmetics website, and then it came back specifically for the Nomad Cosmetics 10th anniversary. This is one of the ones they brought back. They brought this one back, they brought the Berlin palette back, and then I think they brought back the national parks. I got the national parks and this FETES de Provence palette. I did not get the Berlin palette because it had like hemp seed oil in it, and that's a product, it's an ingredient that I'm allergic to, so I did not purchase that one. But I purchased two of the three new 10th anniversary updated formula palettes, and that's the one I have. So I got this, I think it was like a slight sale because it was part of a bundle. I think it was bundled with the other palette, but my receipts will be down below as always. So this is what the palette looks like. This is the new formula, which you can tell by the 10th anniversary kind of golden star up here. There seems to be, let's see, made of passion for beauty, exploration, and discovery. The ingredients are on the lip of the opening, I guess, but it's incredibly tiny, just so small, very small. But on the back it says buttery rich shades formulated with extra fine pigments for vivid colored payoff. We have infused with sweet almond oil to help smooth and moisturize skin, 10 delectable mattes, and 5 delightful shimmers celebrating la belle de Provence. And it says it coordinates to the lavender fields in Provence, France, and that's why we have these purples and yellows. I love purple and yellow. Purple and yellow were the colors that I used for my wedding, so I really love that. I love the little details. It's it's the material again here, like it's all the way through, and it's I guess it's glossy on the inside. On the outside, it's a little bit more matte. Also, the flowers on the outside of the palette itself are actually like raised and have like little sparkles. So it's like the small little details. Let's see, there's other parts of this that are raised. The cups and the glasses of wine are raised. This sign in the back is raised. But all the flowers, they're all shiny. They have a little bit of glue and sparkle. But the palette looks pretty much exactly like the outside packaging. And y'all, this is, I think, my second favorite Nomad Cosmetics palette that I've tried. My number one still is, I think it was the Europe castles, the European castles, the ones with, they had the 5 intense duochromes, I think it was. That's such a good palette. I think this is a good second. I really love the shimmer formula in here. I think it has an incredibly good shimmer formula. Of all the shades, I think there's only maybe 2 shades in here that ended up possibly being a little too light for me, but still workable. But overall, I really liked it. I really liked where this palette went. There's a really big mirror in there, which we're going to cover up with that little piece of paper that's already in there. And then here we have the color story, which you should have already seen this before. I feel like the original, when was it, y'all? When did this come out? Did this originally come out in 2022? Perhaps, maybe in 2023? This came with, I think, also like 3 lip glosses. It was also a part of this collection. So it was like this palette and like 3 lip glosses. But this is the new palette. I've never tried the original palette. Like I said, I never bought it because I thought it might be too light. But happy to report that I feel like this worked on my light medium skin, more or less. You can see that every shade has its own little stamp, which I really love. You can see that I absolutely fell in love with this miel de lavande, or lavender honey. The little bee is missing his wing. I dipped into that one at least 3 times. This purple and this blue were also a lot darker on my skin tone than I thought it was going to be, so I always appreciate being surprised in that way. I think the lightest colors in here for me were probably this, is it the Chant de Tournesol, which I don't remember what champ means, but I'm basing off Tournesol, that means sunflower, based off the Spanish that I know. And then we have rosé, so I feel like this sunflower and the rosé shade are the 2 lightest shades in here, but everything else I think worked really wonderfully. Even the rosé shade was not too hard to work with. This yellow one was probably the lightest, maybe not the best formulated one of all the shades in this palette. but still also pretty nonetheless. So let's get a swatching. I usually try to swatch the weakest one. So we have ROSÉ over here, and we have 2 clinking glasses, and now it's 1 clinking glass because the other has disappeared. And we have COTE D AZUR, which I think is sunflower. And just, I wanted to bring this palette out because I feel like it fits the Easter season this spring coming into. My camera guide died, but here we go again. So here we have that sunflower and that pink, and like I was saying, these colors, especially that yellow, just like that peep yellow, that peep pink, these are the colors I think of during Easter time, during the beginning of spring when things are just starting to flower. These are the shades that I think of. So I especially wanted to bring it out right now because I have been following the seasons for the past year. I've been trying to pull out my palettes that coordinate with the season, and I feel like this definitely coordinates with the beginning of spring and the holiday of Easter. So to me, these are the 2 lightest. You'd be surprised, I think, to see like the Chant de Lavande, which is just lavender, this lavender shade. And then we'll do the CALISSONS. Don't know what that means. But this is, it says Bellevue, I think, on the shade. And this is like, I would call it, what do we call that? Like a salmon, like a peach kind of shade, a neon orange perhaps. That's a really a really bright shade. And then I think we'll do, just for good measure, we'll do COTE D AZUR. And this one's like a what would you call it? Like a periwinkle gray. And these are all the lightest shades. I really like them. I am going to now swatch of the darker shades. I mean, these 2, the Vidange, and the Macron. These 2, super pigmented. Don't even need to swatch them. The Haute Alp, also very dark. Don't need to swatch it. I loved Miel de Lavande, and I loved Manche de Provence. Is that flowers of Provence? Or butterfly of Provence? I'm not sure. It had the words fit on that shade. I'm not sure what that means. Sorry about fluid in French. I'm just basing this off of the Spanish I know. So here, I really love that purple shade. Ooh, girl, that purple shade. And this yellow, my 2 favorite colors. I think this is a damn good yellow. I really do love that mustard yellow. Mustard yellow is such a beautiful color to me. I just love that purple. That's a good purple. Now for shimmers, ooh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. I really loved mixing. I usually don't mix, okay? When I play with my makeup, usually I'm just like, because I like this is how this is set up as well. You can just go down the line and it makes sense. It completely makes sense. You don't have to think hard, but the colors work with each other. And some people might be annoyed with that, but I liked mixing the pinks with the yellow because I could create an orange look when obviously there isn't any oranges, because with the pink and the yellow mixed together, it made an orange look. So I was able to get an orange look out of this past weekend, and I really loved it, and I was really happy because the orange also really goes with this pink-based gold shimmer, but it also goes well with this yellow-based green shimmer color. Like those also worked very well. I feel like these pinks would still work very well with these kind of lavender and periwinkle shades, and the lavender and periwinkle shades also go very well with these more kind of blue ultraviolet kind of shades over here that we got. I feel like everything works with each other, and I actually played with this palette. I haven't done that in a while. I'm usually quite like straight with my palettes, as in like I'll make a yellow look, I'll do a pink look, I'll do this lavender look, and then I'll base my reviews off that. But this palette, I actually played with it. So I think, to me, the weakest shade in here was this Flûte à Corsette. I think it's like the driest shade. I don't know why. It feels so dry. It feels very dry compared to the other shades in this palette. Like it's still shimmery and it's still pretty. I was just surprised by how dry it was compared to the other shades. I think the other ones, let's see, what should we do? I don't want to swatch everything. Let's just do Fleur de Mimosa, which there's a flower in there. There's a flower, like a hibiscus looking flower in the middle, but I've swatched this one so well you can't even see it anymore. I also really like this. Is it Bouche de Rond? Bouche de Rond, I don't really know what that means. It's a house I don't know if maybe that means country house. This was a really good color as well. I really like that kind of metallic kind of shade. And then I think maybe we'll do Nomad, and it just has the Nomad Cosmetics seal on it. That was the first shade I tried. Oh my god, these shimmers in this palette are just absolutely fucking stunning. It's been a while since I've had fun using a palette in the way I have in the past week. And other than that pink, I feel like all these other shimmers are really good. I really liked the way they performed. I like how long they lasted. I think they're just so freaking pretty. I can, like, even just looking at the screen of my camera, like, it looks so intense. These shades look absolutely beautiful. This is one of Nomad Cosmetics must-haves for me. If there were, as of right now, because I haven't tried just this palette and the European Castles. I've also tried it was a Halloween launch. And I'm trying to remember what it was. I can't remember the name of the palette. There was a Nomad Cosmetics Halloween palette I tried recently this past fall, and I did not like it and I passed it on. I just feel like the shades were just so lackluster, and especially the shimmers. The shimmers fell so incredibly short for me, and that's just not what I was expecting from Nomad Cosmetics. But this is absolutely beautiful. I absolutely recommend this palette and this new formula if you haven't gotten it already. I think that overall, save maybe 1 or 2 shades, I feel like all these colors will show up on all skin tones. I really like this palette. Let me know down below what your favorite Nomad Cosmetics palette is. This is a yes for me. It is staying in my collection.